After making a video taking a look at Crust Network, Mike says, hey, what about CSM, Crust Shadow? So here's a video on Crust Shadow. Thanks for asking, Mike.
Road Dog Crypto.
Crust Shadow is currently trading at 0.0046 cents with a total supply of 200 million, 24-hour trading volume, just 12,367. All-time high for this token was 16 cents on June 11th, 2021, and it reaches all-time low November 17th, 2022 at 0.0033 cents. Currently, not too far above that. Now, when I reviewed Crust, I was very impressed with the project, and they have a lot of things going on. Finding Crust Shadow was a little difficult, so I had to go to the Crust Wiki. Here I saw Shadow. When you click on that, you get to go to the Crust Shadow Wiki, and we find out that Crust Shadow is really a shadow net. It's like with the Polkadot chain, and they have a shadow chain called Kusama, which actually the token trades a lot higher than Polkadot, ironically. So Crust Shadow is just a shadow net for Crust Network. So now that we know what it is, let's go to the charts. So I've got CSM pulled up on the charts on the weekly Crust Storage Market, and this is the chart from Uniswap. Quickly looking at the weekly indicators, they're looking fairly well. The MACD has turned around and starting to look bullish. Relative Strength Index has just popped to the upside. Very strong move there. Stochastics are a little bit hot, but we see that money flows coming back in. VWAP has went to the upside, so this is showing good signs on the weekly for as far as indicators go for a momentum move to the upside. So CSM's had a pretty massive dump. Looks like about a year ago is when the sell-off really started, and then we just started this gradual, just downward slope, but it started rounding out here at a previous resistance area that we had 2 years ago. So it appears that we've touched bottom territory, and now we're swinging toward the upside. Let's check out the daily. So on the daily, anyone that did buy down in these 0.0048 cents areas, currently you're right around 46% profit. That's not bad at all. Even picking it up this level, say if you just got caught into the fall there, you're still up about 20%. Now we do have this very nice round-in structure right here. This can actually take a little time to play out before we actually get like a major pop to the upside. There's a chance it could take this one a while to get to the bigger moves that we'd like to see out of it. But for the very keen eye, if you look at it very closely, you got this little sliver of green that just now popped up. So price has made its way up into the Ichimoku cloud, and when it does this, it's a good sign that it can continue on to the upside, and that's usually when we'll start seeing a little bit more of the green. So it does look like we're going to have a little bit of movement up. There's still a chance over the few months ahead that we will come back down and still play around with this parabolic line as this continues a rounding bottom shape. And so structure-wise, we broke out of a falling wedge, which is one of my favorite shapes to trade, and that will give us a measured move to this target at 0.00904 cents. Now there's a bigger measured move for a larger target here, and that is coming up to this 200 EMA area. So it's highly likely that we will get a spike up there. And that price is at 0.012 cents. So I've got those two targets marked in blue and listed as measured move 1 and measured move 2. A lot of the indicators are starting to get a little bit tired. MACD's one of them. The RSI has already topped out and started pulling back, and it's at 62% right now. Stochastics are high on the daily too, starting to pull back. So we're starting to get a turnaround. I expect to see this momentum wave pop out with the red dot here very shortly. VWAP's coming down, but money flow has been coming into this project and is kind of leveling off. It's showing a sign that it may not be a very big pullback. Now moving over to the 4-hour, we can see on Market Cipher that we do have a red dot there, and indicators are cooling off. So we can take a closer look now to see what we're looking for more immediate price action. And what we're doing is basically just getting a pullback back to this trend line, and that should come in and match up pretty well with these moving averages here. So we're looking at a pullback to about 0.0062 cents. Now for anyone trying to find an entry, that would be your target right there. Now this is a little presumptive, but should price action do what it normally does, it's basically going to make a little flag here, and that's going to be a bull flag. And so what we can do preemptively, once we see a breakout of a potential flag that may be forming right now, and go ahead and give you insight to what that measured move would do, and that would again take us up to this area just right past our 382 fib and right in the area of our first measured move target. So there's a lot of confirmation saying that we're going to come up to this area about 0.009 cents. A lot of signs are showing that that's the next target. So in a nutshell, with the crazy week that we've got going on in crypto and Wall Street with all the news announcements and everything, do expect a pullback, but a fairly shallow one. 0.006 seems like a good target to get in on this. It's got some nice upper targets. It looks like it's promising, but then again, I would expect it to eventually come back down and kind of complete its rounding pattern over the next few months. If this information has been helpful, hit that like button on your way out. My name is Lane, your Crypto Road Dog, reminding you you're in crypto at the right time, you're looking at some good projects, and you got this, baby.
I don't always like videos, but when I do, I always prefer Road Dog Crypto. Trade wisely, my friend.